It's the transfer saga that's most likely going to go on all summer long. The English sensation Jadon Sancho has been a target for a myriad of European top dogs, but none have expressed greater interest than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United. The Red Devils are willing to pull the trigger, dig deep into their back pockets to make the signing possible and acquire a former Manchester City Youth Academy graduate that was kicked out the door way too soon. However, what is life going to be like for Borussia Dortmund after his departure? Are they still going to be competing in the Bundesliga and performing in the Champions League come the new season? Can they even find a viable quality replacement option in the window? Well, that's exactly what we're here to find out today. Welcome to the Life After Jadon Sancho challenge. Here's a quick outline of the challenge and what it's going to entail for the rest of the video. Number one, first and foremost, we have to replace Jadon Sancho with a world-class winger / attacking forward. We have the whole summer transfer window to make our mind up, and boy, it's going to be an important decision. Secondly, in terms of silverware, our main objectives are to win the Bundesliga and overthrow Bayern. Ending their dominance and supremacy in German football is the aim. Thirdly, we're going to be revisiting Sancho season after season. We haven't cut ties with him completely yet, as we're tracking Sancho's progress at Manchester United to see how his performances are faring at Old Trafford. Is it going to be a star signing, or is he just going to be a complete flop in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's United? So many questions that need answers, and that's all about to be hopefully complete in a strict 3-season time limit. Let's get straight into today's video. Yes, I know that nothing's confirmed or official yet. With a deal this complicated and expensive, it's gonna take time. Whether it happens in the summer or the January transfer window, Old Trafford is surely going to be the next destination in Jadon's career. He hasn't gotten to that final "here we go" tweet from Fabrizio Romano, so until then, we keep our hype levels low and wait patiently. But now though, it's bleedingly obvious that there is a Sancho-sized hole that needs to be filled in this Borussia Dortmund starting 11 and squad. Here is the confirmation in game though. Our career mode saved Jadon Sancho now at Manchester United. We edited the transfers as from the bounce, the Englishman is going to make his return to the Premier League. It's a sight that all Manchester United fans want to see in real life. Jadon Sancho in that classic red kit. We shouldn't have to wait for too much longer, but the iconic number 7 kit as well. It's just written in the stars for him to become nothing but a Manchester United legend. I'm sure he's going to succeed, but how is FIFA 20 and career mode going to predict his career turnout in England? Meanwhile, back in Germany, we have a extremely important position to replace. It's just like the most crucial piece of the jigsaw puzzle has been ripped out of the picture. And here is what we're left with. The starting 11, the classic 3-4-2-1. If we have any spare money from the Sancho replacement transfer, I'm looking to probably get in a new centre-back to replace Piszczek, a Dortmund legend, and potentially a backup striker for Erling Braut Haaland. In the meantime though, the midfield's not looking as deep as I would like it to be, and with Looney, Hakimi headed out the door at the end of the season, we're gonna have to get our hands dirty beyond the first season's transfer window, and I can't wait. I think I speak on behalf of everyone knowing that Dortmund are gonna be raking in the cash once this Sancho transfer is confirmed. There's price tag rumors of over 100 million in order to get the Englishman at Old Trafford. As a reward, as a matter of fact, we've gifted ourselves an £150 million transfer budget, give or take. Knowing Dortmund, they're probably going to invest all those resources into the next generation of talent, which they can just sell on for major profits. It's a cliche tactical selling club move, which they've always been known for. Here we have it then. It's our marquee addition to replace Jadon Sancho, former Manchester United man, Olympic Lyon hero, quarterfinalist in the Champions League this year. It is Memphis Depay for £45.8 million. He's still only 25 years of age. The Dutchman, yes, he did flop at Manchester United, but he's gone on to prove his world-class abilities over in the French league. There's been a lot of talk of him moving away from the club, and Dortmund has been a team, in the conversation. The brand new number 9, I know it looks like on the surface he's taken a bit more of a striker role, especially given that number 9, but he can play at cam and left wing, so he's a versatile attacking forward that surely should replace those goal contributions Jadon Sancho has provided Dortmund over the years. He's a worthy replacement, and he's already ready-made. We don't have to rely on an up-and-coming wonder kid to try and develop and carry this squad. Memphis Depay should thrive here in the Bundesliga. The flair trait outside the foot shot, playmaker, long shot taker, technical dribbler as well. He shouldn't have any problems fulfilling the same roles that Jadon Sancho was originally here in the starting 11. He's going to slot straight on through. Dark greens, light greens everywhere you look. What's not to love about Memphis Depay as he's approaching his prime?
Baby, who's my idol? Boy, really got no idol, cause the world messy, no light.
The left center attack and midfield slot, he's going to slide straight into the starting 11 just like that. We're not going to hold up that easy. Like I said, this is a challenge to overthrow Bayern and end their dominance. We're not going to stop there with one Jadon Sancho replacement. We're looking to strengthen in other areas of the pitch. And in the defensive department, we have recruited Jonathan Tah for £30.8 million. We are weakening fellow Bundesliga rivals in Bayer Leverkusen and have picked up the 23-year-old 81 overall. He's going to be a perfect fit for that back three. Just take a look at him as well. An absolute unit. A solid player that's a real presence at the back. I expressed my main gripes about the midfield depth in this Borussia Dortmund team, and now we've gone out and acquired the Russian Alexander Golovin, a World Cup hero back in 2018. He's making the move from Monaco, the 23-year-old, for £27.6 million. I rate this guy in real life. He's an absolute baller. Hopefully he can provide a bit of a creative spark from the depths of midfield. As a central midfielder, he is a rotational player just for the time being. The game have assigned him Jadon Sancho's old number 7, so that is definitely not going to happen for the Russian. I'm sorry to crush your dreams there, son. Erling Braut Haaland, meet your striker competition. We have invested in another backup striker option. It is going to be Joaquin Correa from Lazio. The Argentine has arrived for £28.6 million. A lot of these transfer fees are within that same range. We haven't broke the bank for a major, Ballon d'Or contending player. We've decided to strengthen and improve squad depth rather than quality. However, fear not, these players have the potential to grow into quality and world-class ballers by the end of this challenge. One of my favorite players in real life at the moment. He is tearing it up for the Eagles in the capital of Italy. Literally anywhere in attack, center forward, striker, cam. He's just an attacking forward that is going to provide so much versatility to the front trident. Transfer offer here for Mario Götze. Just because we've been splurging in the transfer market doesn't mean we aren't going to have any player departures. He's running down in his contract. He does have that £23.8 million release clause, but the former German World Cup winner back in 2014. How the mighty have fallen. One of my favorite wonder kids of all time. We're going to sell him under his value just to make sure that we can afford these extra transfers I've got in the pipeline. So Antonio Conte's Inter are going to pounce. Let's see if that deal goes through. We've called back Jeremy Toyan. He was on loan at Sassuolo in the Serie A, and now we've had the opportunity to sell him for quick cash. 3.65 million Brighton, the Seagulls are offering for him, so we're going to accept that straight away. We don't really need him anyway. We're playing a back three. Here's the confirmation that Super Mario is packing his bags and leaving his home country of Germany for the first time in his career, as the move to Inter is all but finalized for £12.4 million. Inter secure their main transfer target on a cut price. It is farewell to Mario Götze. He's off to play his football at the San Siro. Another one bites the dust right there. Jeremy Toyan off to Brighton in the Premier League for 3.65 mil. Some more excess deadwood headed to the exit door. It is Marcel Schmelzer, the German left back, yet again 31 years of age. There's no real room for him in the starting 11, surplus to requirements, and he's now playing his football over in Marseille. Ligue 1 has come calling. Something I thought was lacking in this Borussia Dortmund club was a bit of South American flair, a bit of Brazilian talent in the team, and it's a £27.6 million deal confirmed for David Neres of Ajax. He should be on the cusp of a big move away in his career. Now the 22-year-old out of Ajax is 81. He has that special something. Still plenty of room to grow, plenty of experience to be gained here. He could provide another lethal option in our attack, which is just looking so saucy right now. In all honesty, this could have probably been the Jadon Sancho replacement. He's a right winger and a cam. I guess if all else fails with Depay, we've got David Neres as a backup. Welcome to Germany, son. And just to put that icing on top of the cake, we have poached Dominik Szoboszlai yet again from RB Salzburg, where Dortmund picked up Haaland. We're going to acquire another one of their brilliant wonder kid talents, only for £12 million. It's a bloody bargain for the Hungarian playmaker. He burst onto the scene last season. He's set to have a magnificent future ahead of him, and he's showing great potential here in FIFA 20 career mode. He could be a solid fit in the starting 11 a few seasons down the track. These are the type of signings where Dortmund make their money. They buy cheap and sell high. One Englishman headed out the door in Jadon Sancho, and next up, we have activated the release clause with our minuscule transfer budget remaining. It is Noni Madueke joining from PSV, showing great signs of promise over in the Eredivisie for 2.25 million. This was Sancho price tag territory back when he arrived from Manchester City all those years ago. He's shown great potential, and he could maybe one day become the next quote-unquote Jadon Sancho. I mean, we're not chucking all our eggs into one basket here. We've invested in multiple areas, multiple players. This could just be a random lottery ticket. Who knows? We could win on this one, it could turn out to be a flop and he could just rot in the reserves. If I was Borussia Dortmund, this would be the play in real life as well. Noni Madueke, keep your eyes on him. We had every right to splash the cash, and boy, did we do it. Rightfully so, it was £174.65 million spent with £20.25 million worth of profit. It was both actions on both sides of the transfer dealings. A flurry of players brought in. It reminds me currently of the Gareth Bale leaving Tottenham kind of vibes when Tottenham just bought a ton of players with all that cash. I've thoroughly believed that we've done the better business in comparison to them, but now in terms of what Bayern has invested in this transfer window, we all know they already have Leroy Sané this summer. They've brought in the likes of Lewis, Herman the German, Kramaric, Chilwell, and Ginter. £103.1 million worth of investment, and they have sold the likes of David Alaba and Nicolas Sula for £105.3 million. They've played around in the transfer market. It's been a long summer for the both of us. Now, I just can't wait to get this season underway. The first year without Jadon Sancho. Let's see how they cope. Here is the current look of the starting 11 without Sancho, and after a full summer transfer window, I think we've put something together here that can challenge for the title, at least in Season 1. Royce the captain, Haaland and Depay up top. Let's get into it. Here is how our Bundesliga campaign wrapped up in Season 1. We're going to currently be going over our progress throughout the challenge and then checking on Sancho after it's all done. We're going to be reviewing our progress this season and then switching over to Manchester United to track Jadon Sancho's progression in the Premier League, but it's Bayern Munich still winning out the title by 6 points. Meanwhile, we were the closest title contenders really with 91 points. The black and yellows finishing just behind them, runners up yet again. Champions League qualification, but it's that Bundesliga crown we're all craving right now. In the DFB Pokal though, we have won silverware against RB Leipzig, Champions League semi-finalists this year. We've gotten that 2-1 victory in Berlin, and did we manage to knock out Bayern? We did in the quarterfinals 2-1, so I guess that's a bit of cheeky revenge / payback. In the German Super Cup though, the pre-season German friendly between the cup winners and the league winners, it was Bayern winning out on penalties 5-4. In the Champions League Group F, it was Dortmund. The boys without Sancho managed to top the group with Barcelona and Inter. They come through with us. Meanwhile, Inter relegated to the Europa League, and we managed just to get eliminated by Juventus 3-2 on aggregate. What happened in that second leg? Capitulation in Europe. Here is the current overview of our best performers here in the Life After Jadon Sancho challenge. Without the Englishman, Haaland still seems to be thriving. The Norwegian hitman with 38 goals, bagging 3 assists in the meantime. 41 goal contributions in 53 appearances is something to boast about, and it's Marco Reus, the captain, doing what he does best with 25 goals and 15 assists. Double figures in both categories, the only player in our whole entire team to achieve that feat. It's the new boy Joaquin Correa being the best performing out of the bunch. The Argentine with only 28 appearances, I'm assuming they've been all off the bench, with 18 goals and 4 assists, proving that he can be an impact sub at any time. We've got Thorgan Hazard with 20 goal contributions, 11 assists in 50 appearances. Memphis Depay, a bit of a flop. I don't know, I expected a bit more goal production out of him. 8 goals and 6 assists for the Dutchman, but maybe he has to adjust to life here in the Bundesliga. He might be a second season wonder. We have to say goodbye to Achraf Hakimi in Season 2. Unfortunately, the Moroccan is headed back to Real Madrid. As we scroll down, it is Julian Brandt with limited game time. Might have picked up a few injuries, not too sure about that, but 3 goals and 5 assists for him. It's David Neres, really not getting a shout much in the starting 11. Hopefully that changes in Season 2 once Hakimi's departure is complete, with 1 goal in 6 appearances. And across the pond, we're checking in with Manchester United. Here, how the Red Devils lined up this season with Sancho out on the right, already at an 89 overall. How's he performed for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? He's the highest rated player in their squad now, sitting at an 89, still only at 20 years of age. The famous number 7, how are the performances in terms of appearances? 66. I think he played every single game for Manchester United possible. No injuries this season, no suspensions. With 12 goals and 16 assists, he can do them both. Double figures in both departments there, and it's 28 goal contributions in 66 appearances. He was in the top 4 of performers here as Anthony Martial and Bruno Fernandes just stealing all the spotlight really. Even Marcus Rashford outperforming his fellow countrymen. They all managed 60 plus games, so it was a long and treacherous season in his first time back in the home nation. Can he continue that progress and momentum into Season 2? He seems to be thriving, forgetting his past with Borussia Dortmund, moving on, financially now valued at £81 million. How do you you rate that first season for Jadon Sancho? If that were to happen in real life, let me know. Out of 10, maybe I'd give that a 7, maybe a 6.5. Not the MVP, but definitely an instrumental figure in how Manchester United's campaign performed. Did he win the Premier League? No, they finished in 4th, securing European football. Looks like a Champions League qualification was all to boast about as they got knocked out in the semi-finals of the FA Cup 2-1 to Spurs, and in the Carabao, they also got knocked out in the semis 3-0 to Liverpool. It's Europa League heartbreak for United in the final. It could quite possibly happen in real life. Inter versus Manchester United. It was a 2-0 win for Antonio Conte's men. By the looks of it, it looks like he's thriving, we're thriving, we go again in Season 2. Our first piece of action is going to be a midfield reinforcement, someone I was looking at in Season 1. Unfortunately, we couldn't pick him up due to the fact he was on loan at Real Sociedad. It is the one and only Norwegian, Martin Odegaard. We've had to break the transfer record and pay £44.7 million. He's going to have to link up with his fellow countryman, Erling Braut Haaland, and I'm sure they're going to form a special partnership here in the Bundesliga. Still at only 21 years of age, he has the potential to be special, and he can also play in that centre mid, even in right mid if we need him to. His career progression has been something quite special, and if you see here, Noni Madueke, apparently he wasn't in our squad when we signed him in this first season, so we just had to go ahead and re-sign him. Basically, just activated his release clause again, so that's why you're seeing that there. But the main takeaway from this is the new addition of Martin Odegaard. A new defensive rock in that back three is going to be vital if we look to challenge for Bayern's title, as we have brought in Dayot Upamecano, the French absolute unit of a centre-back. He arrives from Chelsea, originally being from RB Leipzig. We are seemingly poaching a lot of wonder kids from these Red Bull clubs, and why not, as he's an exciting prospect. £34.8 million, I think we're spending our money wisely. Upamecano, Jonathan Tah, and Zagadou just have the body frames of absolute man mountains. Here comes the arrival of another French new boy. It is our midfield dynamo, Hossim Ayor. We have managed to lure away from Olympique Lyon, yet another signing in the French league, and from that club, £56 million. We've had to get the checkbook out here for £56 million, our most expensive signing to date. This team was crying out for a little pivot dictator of the play in the middle of the park, and that's exactly what we've invested in here. He's a smart, technical, snappy player in the middle, and I think he could do a real job for us. And I think Hossim Ayor can achieve great things and potentially win a Bundesliga title. With most of our business under our belt, this is our starting 11 headed into Season 2, and we have a German Super Cup tie against Bayern once more, so let's test out the waters. Could this be a little taste test and a bit of a teaser to what can happen to our campaign this season? What does the season have in store for us as we take on Bayern? And it's a 2-0 loss. Serge Gnabry and former Borussia Dortmund Polish striker Lewandowski on the score sheet. It's a humbling 2-0 defeat. And just because we can, we've used the remainder of the transfer budget to introduce a third choice striker behind Correa, behind Haaland, our new number 34, for £37.3 million, it's Vinicius, arriving from Benfica. Activating the Brazilian's release clause, the transfer was easy as 1, 2, 3. We've got a brand new striking talent in the squad. That's going to be the end of the road for our transfer business in Season 2. The summer season spent £172.8 million, no sales. Now we check up on Bayern. They've had no sales whatsoever as well, but still spending that 9-figure range. We got Mendy, Guedes, and Sergio Busquets joining their ranks. It's been a free spending summer in the Bundesliga, especially in Bavaria and BVB. We've done our part, we've splashed the cash. Now it's time for the lads to put the performances on the pitch. It's only taken us 2 seasons and a tremendous transfer budget to take down Bayern and win us the Bundesliga title. Dortmund are German champions again for the first time since what, 2011? It's all coming together as we beat out RB Leipzig to the punch, our closest title contenders, by 3 points, and Bayern are sitting in third only with 81. They were nearly Centurions last year. All of a sudden, it's a major turnaround and the Bavarians fail to defend their crown. It's our rival Schalke finishing in 8th, and in the relegation spots, it's Hamburg and Union Berlin. Hanover will play their relegation match. Over in the DFB Pokal, it's something we couldn't defend. It was a German cup gone begging as Borussia Mönchengladbach take down Wolfsburg 2-0 in the final in Berlin. Where were we knocked out? We did not have a cup run whatsoever. It was Hertha Berlin on penalties, 5-4 in round 2, humiliating early exit. Over in the Champions League, it was Group C, which saw us face Napoli, Galatasaray, and CSKA Moscow. We finished on top yet again 2 years in a row with 14 points, undefeated, and in the round of 16, we get knocked out again 2 years running, 4-2 in aggregate to PSG. Here's a summary of our best performing players in our second season. No signs of second season syndrome, and it's a most improved David Neres now with 21 goals and 6 assists. He had a terrible first stint here, but the second season in Germany sees him absolutely burst into form with 27 goal contributions. We do have Marco Reus, the captain, yet again leading by example with 17 goals and 3 assists, 20 goal contributions. We do have Memphis Depay, slightly improved performances and output. In comparison to season 1, it sees him grab 14 goals and 8 assists. Erling Braut Haaland, what happened to him, man? He was our top goal scorer, best performer in season 1. He's been a shadow of himself, only with 13 goals. Thorgan Hazard stepping up to the plate with 21 goal contributions, 14 assists, being our main assister, I guess, if that's even a word. 6 goals and 1 assist for the newly bought Vinicius in the summer with 18 appearances. That is a decent return. And Joaquim Correa going out a low-key season, only with 4 goals and 8 assists. Julian Bright now up to an 89, back in 3 goals and 9. Martin Odegaard, bit lackluster, even though he's grown up a plus 87 to his overall. He only managed 8 appearances, 1 goal and 1 assist. I expected way more from the Norwegian talent. I don't know what the assistant manager was thinking there. Nonetheless, we're Bundesliga champions, and that's all that matters. That was the squad that got us here. On the flip side, here's how Jadon Sancho's Manchester United performed in season 2, and they slipped down from 4th to 5th. No Champions League qualification as they missed out by 2 points to Chelsea. It was an embarrassment in the FA Community Shield against local rivals Manchester City. They took an L 3-0, and it was another L at Wembley against Man City. You guessed it, another 3-1 defeat in the FA Cup final. And their rivals just seem to get the better of them everywhere they go, as in the Carabao Cup, it was a 1-0 defeat to Liverpool in the quarters. It seems like it's the same old story for Dortmund and Manchester United in Champions League. They finished on top, undefeated, 16 points against our rivals Bayern. Okay, that was a bit of cross-play going on there. And then in the round of 16, they lose out to Napoli on away goals 3-3. Besides all that, it begs the question, how did Jadon Sancho perform in his second season back in England? He should be settled down to life now in Manchester, and it's Bruno Fernandes, Martial, and Rashford outperforming him again, outshining the £100 million man Jadon Sancho, as he only managed 17 goals and 6 assists, so it's even worse than his debut campaign for Manchester United. In 58 appearances, he did play less games. However, I thought productivity and his goals and assists would just skyrocket here in season 2 now that he's classed as one of the world's best. Out of 91 overall, valued at £101.5 million. You'd expect him to deliver on a weekly basis. Man United's number 7, but it just seems like that 3 are just dominating right now, and Sancho can't find a way in. I want to give Sancho and Manchester United another chance. Third time lucky. Let's see how things progress in season 3. Wow, third year in, I should say, and United were up there competing with City for the title, only losing out twice. Meanwhile, Man City, 104 points, undefeated, invincible, and it's just times like that in career mode where you can't compete with the top dogs. A major improvement upon their season 2 performance, sees them rise 3 places and comfortably qualifying for the Champions League. Meanwhile, Arsenal down in 12th. Okay, no silverware this time around. They got knocked out in the FA Cup semi-finals to Man City 3-2, and in the Carabao Cup, nowhere to be seen. In the quarterfinals, knocked out on penalties to Leicester City. Well then, it's the battle of the 2 old sleeping giants of world football, Manchester United versus Milan in the Europa League final. Can this be the one and only opportunity for Jadon Sancho's United to win a piece of silverware? We're gonna find out. Didn't bother managing Borussia Dortmund this season. We'll check up on the Bundesliga. Did they defend their Bundesliga crown? No, they managed to fall to the hands of Bayern once again. They bounced back 100 points, undefeated. Just like a similar situation here at Manchester United. You can't compete with those kinds of teams in career mode. Did they break their round of 16 curse this time around in the Champions League? We'll find out, as they managed to finish on top of their group undefeated again with 14 points in Group H, trumping out Juventus. They managed to knock out Chelsea 3-1 in an aggregate. Quarterfinals sees them defeat Manchester City 2-0, something Man United have failed to do with Sancho. And then in the semi-finals, they come up against another English opposition, and it was a 4-2 defeat in aggregate to Liverpool, and it's Barca v Liverpool in the final. Here is the Manchester United lineup. It is Bruno Fernandes suspended. That is a major blow to the midfield. Martial and Pogba enter the mix, as the French connection will be in the starting 11 tonight. It is Sancho's last chance to get silverware. Put that 3-season time limit on to see the life after Jadon Sancho challenge. Can United do it in the final? And it was Maguire and Rashford on the score sheet to get United 2-0 up. Paqueta's 87th minute goal to cut the deficit wasn't enough, and Manchester Manchester United get their hands on the Europa League crown. Jadon Sancho finally has a piece of silverware to boast about. And there he is, standing tall, standing proud next to Europa League. It's no Champions League, it's no Premier League trophy, but it's something at least to add to the trophy cabinet. And that golden question still remains. Was it season 3 where he became Manchester United's MVP? He doesn't show up on top, but he was definitely one of them. And wow, what a season. Jadon Sancho, 39 goals and 22 assists. That is mind-boggling. The performances were out of this world with 67 appearances, breaking that previous record. He managed an average match rating of 7.7. The production levels are through the roof. 61, I repeat, 61 goal contributions from the 93 rated Englishman. Now at 22, he can only still keep getting better. But that's a Manchester United number 7 of old, producing. There's not too much more you could ask of him, really. A generational talent on our hands, and his stats are still improving year on year. Everything improving in the technicals besides penalties, and the physical and mental attributes receives boosts all around. And financially, he finishes off on a £127 million transfer market value. Single-handedly the best player in Manchester United's squad. And if he was to move to United in the future, one day down the track, he would, according to FIFA 20 career mode, have a great time. Under my guidance, Borussia Dortmund seemed to go under life as normal, winning out the Bundesliga title and challenging in the Champions League. Meanwhile, Manchester United, I mean, they got there in the end. 3 seasons in the book for Sancho, and he's had a record-breaking year here at Old Trafford, and that is where we're going to wrap it up today. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the live after Jadon Sancho challenge. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. We're on the race to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. If you want to check out all the social links down below, feel free to check out me on Instagram, Discord, Twitter. It's all there for you to check out. Again, I've been BCHD. Have a great day. As always, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.